When you talk about agriculture, I mean, the wheat market is about $175 billion global market. So if let's take about 1 3 billion out of it by having a 5 years plan and investing in this, investing in the seedling production, research and development, and seedling production, and investing on farmers, local farmers, not corporate farmers, not foreign farmers. Don't sell our land to Chinese. Don't give our land to Indians. Give our land to the indigenous people. That is the problem that Ondo people are having. This is how to grow our crops. When you go back, I'm talking about wheat, but another crop that is vital is cocoa. Look at the cocoa value chain. The cocoa is $60 billion global market. Nigeria used to be a big cocoa producer. What have we been able to achieve with that? We should begin to explore all these sectors. These are sectors that will create practically, impactfully, create millions of jobs that will drive down the pressure of unemployment. Government must begin to come up with policy. Minister for Trade and Investment through the Director for Small Scale and Medium Enterprise and the state commissioners must begin to synergize and work together and see how they can entice youth to start going into farming. So it's a master plan that you must sit down and draft for 5 years. Don't come up and say we are going to create 500,000 hectares of land. No, that's not solution. We must ready to look into these sectors so that because there's only one sector, probably two sectors that is bringing foreign exchange. Number one, diaspora. Number two, our oil sector. But we must diversify so that if anything comes up in the next 5 years, because we never can tell, the crisis that is happening in the Middle East is going to spill over significantly. The issue between the Israel-Hamas war, it's a tiny country, it's a tiny crisis, but it's spilling over, and it will spill over in a larger context. And it doesn't look as if it's going to stop even in the next 10 years. And it looks as if it's going to be spilling, it's going to be spreading and causing other pocket of crisis within states, and this is going to affect our sustain. Where is our buffer? We must begin to look at our real sectors. Well, we invest in cocoa so that we can look at the areas that they can grow cocoa. How much billions of naira is government ready to give as soft loan at a rate of 2 to 3%, so that we can bolster, and maybe in the next 5-10 years we can now start talking of real export. At least let's meet our local demand for cocoa. Let's meet our local demand, because for my own statistics research, I understand that Nigeria makes about $800 million or $400 to $800 million from cocoa exports. But it's a $60 billion. Nigeria should be targeting 10 to 15%. That is six to about $9 billion in foreign exchange that can come in from cocoa if we have a proper master plan. We don't just predict, don't just assume, don't just sit down on potential. Let's start looking at how do we invest in this sector. Then I look at palm. Palm is also a very big market. Look at the palm sector. The palm sector, it is said that by 2030 it is going to be an $100 billion market. What have we been able to do? Nigeria is even importing as much as 240 billion naira to import palm produce for local manufacturers. So you need to start looking at those sectors. 1.5 trillion, what do you want to do with it? You have to be specific. And that's palm. And a market of $100 billion, some estimated that it's going to be 170, some said at 100. But let's look at 100 to $120 billion. What is the vision of the Minister for Agriculture, Minister for Trade, and the state that can grow palm? I understand that Akwa Ibom, Calabar, Rivers, they are doing well, but we have about 12 to 27 states that can grow. Let's concentrate on the top 15 states that can grow this product very well and give them all the financial support and technical support. Research. What is NIFO doing in Edo? This is a research institute that has to produce the seedling. When I read about an article about palm, the president of the Association of Palm Producers, he said that at last year they only got 25,000 seedlings. What do they want to do with that? They need millions of seedlings. We need millions of hectares to grow this. Look at Ireland. Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand controls 90% of the market of palm products. Indonesia alone generates $22 billion in imports from the export of palm produce. And look at Malaysia, all these people, they came to pick it. So why what is our target? Shouldn't we be targeting 20 to 30% in the next 10 years? And if you want to explore 20 to 30 years, 20 to 30% ratio into this economy of about 100 billion to $180 billion market, shouldn't you be investing seriously now? Investing seriously, investing in manufacturing, processing plants, investing in the local farmers. How do you do this? So I do want to comment. That's one of the purpose of Moment with David. We just don't come here and start criticizing government. We just don't come here and tell them what to do. We tell them how to do them also. What do we do here? What does government need to do? Set up a fund, set up a committee, bring the stakeholders, people who understand the ground. Not just say Minister for Agriculture, yes, fantastic, he cannot know all these products. Sit down with Nigerian Exporting Corporation, Nigerian Exporting Corporation under the Ministry of Trade and Investment. Minister for Trade and Investment, you must sit down. You must begin to look at how do we design policies. Look at those products that can turn to cash crops. Look at cashew nut. It's an $11 billion market. Even if it's 10%, we can struggle to get to. That's about 1 billion. When you have pieces of those products that you are exporting, that you invest significantly across the value chain for the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, I don't be surprised Nigeria can be generating as much as $40 billion. I'm not just speaking words. I'm not mentioning numbers often. I'm telling you what the reality, what is possible, what is obtainable. If there's proper structure, if there's proper follow, if there's proper partnership, if there's proper investment. So when you look at all those, I spoke about wheat because the regime of Buhari, they only concentrated on rice. But rice is not enough. We need to start looking at all those value chain. They are very important. Then the solution to this electricity that you are saying you are giving 1.5 million discount, 1.5 trillion naira discount, you will be saving. Well, it's good, but I've told us what the government should be diverting this money into. You should be thinking of investment. Every saving that Nigerian government makes now, you should be on investment. You see, all this coastal road that we are doing, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying they are bad. But is that what we really need? Will they create sustainable jobs? How will they impact? How will they enhance trade? So those are things that government should be looking at. 1.5 trillion, well, the sincere solution, as I round up now, the total, the real and the genuine sincere solution to this electricity issue, let every state generate, distribute, and transmit their electricity in the capacity that they can get investors. That is one of the ways that you can even get foreign investors. If you do that, you will get foreign investors. And if you do that, instead of all these banks exploiting us with extra charges, I'm going to come up with a video that talks about this exploitation of banking, which is going to concentrate on what I expect the CBN and other financial institution, regulating institution to begin to do. So when we look at that, government should allow states to generate. If it's 1,000 megawatt, I can generate, I can get investors to generate and distribute and let them sell. Believe you me, the economy will transform. We cannot, because electricity is very important, power is very important. So government need to now begin to speak with NNPC that how do you ensure that there's a steady supply of gas to those investors who want to start, and we can also exploit several winds. Lagos can go into wind, even in the north you can talk about solar and some other sectors, and those who can generate electricity individually for their house, for their community, there should be a subsidy, there should be a rebate. You should remove tax. Government should not be crazy about we want to tax. If you are talking too much about tax, you won't promote investment. So I look forward that in my next episode I might be talking more about some other sectors that are also some other sectors and products that Nigeria can invest and can transform the economy and bring in more foreign exchange, or even if they don't bring in more foreign exchange, they can reduce our foreign expenditure and improve create job, which is very important. Government must understand that more importantly than tax, we need job creation and to be able to create political stability. Thank you very much. This is another Moment with David. You can always support us by sharing, liking, and subscribing to our videos. We will really appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you very much.